You ready to hold hands? You ready to hold hands? Let's hold hands.
Old grocery stores, 84 here. Woolworths, Piggly Wigglies, old, dank, forgotten grocery stores. I'm sure I can find tons of pictures of old grocery stores. Heck, throw in a Food Line or a Harris Teeter while we're at it. Yeah, Dreamcast 84 here. What's going on? This is the place where we don't stop. We just keep going. We're close to the finish line. We have about 23 more Dreamcast reviews to cover before we're done with all the NTSC games. So, yeah, can't quit now. We got UFC, the first one, I believe. This is not UFC, this is Unreal Tournament, which is going to be after that one. We really thought this one out. But, yeah, this is the UFC right here. We have Ronda Rousey, which I think is in the UFC. I don't know. I don't really watch this stuff. I would go to the gym back when I did go to the gym and see some of the UFC matches and just all the blood and stuff. It's really kind of gross. I remember when boxing used to be kind of violent enough, and this is just full-on Banshee mode, you know? So I don't know if it's just sign of the times or just how hyper-masculine things can be, which is kind of a interesting thing because we have this feminization of society, and at the same time we have this hyper-masculinity, which, you know, females are trying to join in on, which is strange. It's like women are trying to be men and men are trying to be women, but I don't know. This was back in 1999, 2000, whatever, 2001 even. So one of the black ones, one of the black release games, so it might have been 2001. But back in that era, you know, things were just a little bit more traditional, I guess. And yeah, UFC just blew up back then, I guess. It really, I wouldn't say it blew up. I would say that wrestling was pretty much, you know, more of a popular thing, you know, even though that stuff's fake, you know. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, back when he was he in the Scorpion King back then? I don't know, but now he's in Jumanji and Skyscraper. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he's in everything. I was wondering why Ronda Rousey's not in everything, because she was being talked about, and now what? You know, she's just doing the wrestling thing. I don't know. Probably doing feminists a favor by staying in the UFC, because if she branched out, then that would take away from her whatever mystique. I don't know. This is UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. Like I said, I think this is the first game in the franchise. If I'm wrong, let me know, but pretty sure this is the first one. I mean, it's simply called UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship. I mean, come on now. Yeah, oh, hey, it's featuring the hit Crush 'Em from Megadeth. Alright, cool. It's good to have like a, I guess, metal band. I'm not sure if they're considered metal, but I'm pretty sure they are. You can play 2 players with this game, and that's cool. You got all the other standard, you know, the standard features for this type of game. It's just kind of a fighting game, but I don't know, like wrestling game slash fighting game slash, I guess more of a wrestling game than a fighting game. What am I talking about? But let's talk about Ultimate Fighting Championship. Yeah. Woo!
And here we are. Ronda Rousey would be proud. I had a coworker come up to me with a picture of Ronda Rousey on her phone. And yes, females acknowledge other females being attractive. There's some photo of her showing off her abdomen. And yes, Ronda Rousey is not the most unattractive female ever, but the female that showed me the picture is a huge fan of pizza and burgers, so. But this is a non-judgment zone. We're just gonna thrash on each other, get those little punk hits in, start kicking, and lower the societal bar so everybody is just a little bit more debased. But then again, this could be a awesome little outlet. Do you guys remember the Backyard Wrestling game? I believe it was on the Xbox original. let's hit the start button. Just a bunch of dudes hugging. That's what the most masculine men do. We just start hugging, and then we start wrapping our legs around each other. It's it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I guess career. I don't know what I'm doing. This is what the game looks like. Impression reviews, guys. Impressions. Let's make a fighter. Sure, why not? Sumo, why not? Let's make them big sumo type dudes. They look like they're getting ready to do. See, that's a sumo looking guy. Let's just be him. Oh, that's racist. Color. It should say skin type. Let's be this one. Oh, we gotta use up points. We got UFC mode. Here's our jabronis. My eye is going towards this guy right here. He looks like he doesn't want to be here. Ultimate fried chicken. I'm such a casual. I just like pick up and play games. Just thinking about picking up some new repro games off of Etsy. Etsy's great for that. This guy likes to punch the air. He likes to headbutt the air as well. He's a whiplash victim. He's been in multiple car accidents. Now this guy, he was really wanting to be in Ready to Rumble boxing round 2. He was hoping that round 3 would let him in, would green light him. But unfortunately, it was Bill Clinton that took that spot. So that's why he's upset. He's mad at Bill Clinton for signing NAFTA. Which everybody should be upset at Bill Clinton for signing NAFTA. It took away a lot of jobs. Let's get ready to rumble. What's that guy's name? The Ready to Rumble guy? The crowd doesn't look the worst. I like that they have more movement. They're not just stagnant. Vote for Pedro. I saw a sign that said, vote for Pedro. Napoleon Dynamite is a timeless classic.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin!
Oh, his microphone says Sega, but it only says Seg. You can only read Seg on it.
Alright, here we go, gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get on, guys!
I don't think you're ready for spaghetti. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. I don't think you're ready for bootylicious. My name is Aloysius. This looks gay. No homo. YOLO. Bolo. This looks like a good little wrestling game if you know what you're doing. Champion Road. I'm thinking about the road that Tom Hanks was at the impasse at the end of Castaway. Which is how all movies should end. Let's just pick someone who is different. This guy looks kind of like Rocky Balboa. Not really, but maybe. It's telling you to do something. Okay, you gotta put in time for this kind of game. Pick this guy. Andre Roberts. Wouldn't it be ironic if Andre Roberts was watching this right now? Oh, we get to pick our guy. Let's just hit 2P and it'll random. No, we don't have a randomizer. This guy. They look like deer in headlights, especially my guy. You ready to hold hands? You ready to hold hands? Let's hold hands. Hey, I'm doing okay. Well, maybe. Maybe not. If this was like WWF or WWE, my guy's name would be called like Akuma, like Street Fighter Akuma or something. Like he would have like Hibachi. His name would be Hibachi. It would be just kind of gross how they would do some sort of racial stereotype or some sort of like bent. They always do something. Like they called like a little person hornswoggle or something like that. It's, you know what I mean? Just they don't do good for humanity. Just pick some random guy and pick another random guy. We can talk about this game. This is UFC.
Okay, here we go, gentlemen. Are you ready?
I don't really like it.
Let's get it on.
People buy these games. I think there's like UFC 19 now or something like that. Who knows? It's just a bunch of dude sweat rubbing up against dude sweat. Butts to butts, nuts to nuts. Cool Runnings. You guys remember Cool Runnings? Yeah, Red Letter Media was talking about the Rocketeer, and I haven't thought about that movie in a long time. I got it on VHS though. Okay, I gravitate towards 5s if I don't really like a game, but this is the game that started it all, and there's something to it. I just don't see it. Not my type of game. I'll give it a 5.5, okay? Just 5.5. Just, I'm giving it some credit. Credit given where credit might be due. That credit may or may not be due. Where's that Megadeth song? I don't know. I don't even know what Megadeth looks like. Probably looks like Aerosmith. Probably has an Aerosmith looking guy in it. Or like one guy that looks just out of place. Or maybe they've been playing for so long that they look alike. But 5.5. Do I recommend? No. And I'm not going to even mention it. This game is non-existent in my book. It's just kind of a placeholder. I just kind of own this game. But if you're a fan, I don't want to take away from what you love. I love that you love UFC. If you do love UFC, if you watch UFC, that's a beautiful thing. I hope that you get so much enjoyment out of it. It's kind of like root beer. If you enjoy root beer and I don't, that's more root beer for you. But I happen to like root beer, so I think that one of these days you and me need to get together and have a root beer. What do you think? So yeah, 5.5, don't recommend. I appreciate you guys watching. Here's a picture of something. You're awesome. Yeah.